Okay guys, so what I have for you today is we're going to get this started off by doing what I like to call Jiu-Jitsu Chess. So the idea behind this is to get you to slow everything down quite a bit and allow you the time to think and problem solve. So here in a minute, I'm going to start the timer for 5 minutes, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take turns. So we're both going to get in our grappling stance. All right, I'm going to go first so you guys can get the demonstration. So it's my move first. So I'm going to start with my takedown. We'll just start with a regular single leg. Boom. Stand up. Pick up a single leg. Boom. Now that's one move for me. Now it's Levi's turn to make a move. So make your move. Boom. All right, that's his move. So now it's my turn to make a move. Now it's his turn to make a move. And once again, it's my turn to make a move. Now it's his turn to make a move. Boom. Now it's my turn to make a move. And we just keep doing this until one of us gets to a submission. And then whenever you get to a submission, then you stand back up, and the person that didn't do the takedown first does the takedown now, so you just swap places. And I think this is a fantastic way to really slow things down and allow you the opportunity to problem solve and work through anything that you may be struggling with. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna teach you how you can properly do a front roll. And if you end up going sideways or something like that, don't worry. Getting these front rolls right takes a lot of practice. So just keep practicing it, and also learn how to trust your fall. That way you can start developing the technique. So I'm just gonna get right on into it. I'll show you how I teach everybody how to do a front roll. So we're gonna start from the kneeling position, because this is what I was just working with Michael on. That way you can develop the confidence to be able to do it right. So we're gonna start from our knees, and I always do this in the kids class to help the kids build up their confidence. This is my right arm right here. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna count down from 3. So what I do is I go 1, 2, 3. And so what you wanna do whenever you do a front roll is you wanna roll over your shoulder and not your neck. So it's this portion of your body right here that you're rolling over. So once more, 1, 2, and then you'll see it's like I'm a diver going off of a diving board. Just like I was telling Michael a minute ago, if you dive off a diving board and you end up going sideways and you hit the water, it's gonna hurt. But if you learn to trust the dive and go head first into the water, you'll do a perfect dive and you won't get hurt. So just pretend like you're an Olympic swimmer diving off a diving board and you're looking for that perfect dive. So once more, 1, 2, 3, boom. Now let's do it from standing. So whenever I do it from standing, I'm getting in my perfect grappling stance. I've got my hands up, and it's the same concept. 1, 2, 3, boom. And that's how, over time, you can teach yourself to do the perfect front roll. So I just wanted to add a couple of important details in here. As I was working with these guys, I noticed a couple of things I need to add in. So once again, we're just gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna get my double sleeve grip. He's gonna start standing up on my guard. Now this is the part that I wanted to mention, is that you have to stay connected to him. So that way your shoulders and your body is close enough to this leg right here that you can create this underhook. Now when you have this established, the next step is we drop our hips down, and it's always important to stay connected to your partner. The next step after that is we're gonna go ahead and push this out to get them spread out and create that space. And if they're moving around or whatever, that's okay. You can just stay connected to them with this foot right here until you can get everything in place. Another very important detail is when you feed this hook through, this goes deep on the hip. I'm like touching the side of his hip bone with the top of my foot over here. And then don't forget that this other hook needs to go behind his knee. See, he's already almost ready to go over. And you can see how my legs are spread in this position right here. I don't allow my knees to collapse like this. So I get this fed back in, and then boom. And then we just go right back to our next steps. I have my staples here. I get my underhook, and I get my cross face and my underhook. I make my back step, and I sit to the mat while keeping this hook here to maintain a split second of control as I transition. And then I shift my hips and I do this. And so those are a few more details I think that are really going to help you out, especially if you're brand new to this and you're not quite to where you can grasp all the concepts just yet. But don't worry, you're definitely going to get there. Just keep practicing, and as always, just come back and watch this video until you understand it, and get with your professor to get those finite details that you may need to make this successful for you.
Up in a trap, but I know how to react. Postpone, no, I never so cold. Come run up in the back, get a back. You don't want this.
Hey, if you've been thinking about joining Jiu-Jitsu or wondering where to go to get started, I highly recommend Transform Jiu-Jitsu in Yukon, Oklahoma. Transform is run by Professor Tommy, and he has a passion for helping beginners get started in Jiu-Jitsu. He breaks it down and makes it super simple and easy for anyone to get started and get to an advanced level. It doesn't take much. All you have to do is just scan the code here, and it'll take you right on over to Transform Jiu-Jitsu. That way, you can get started with Transform today, and you can start having fun like me and my family. All right, so this is gonna be the actual gi version of the X sweep that we did a couple of weeks ago. So I'm gonna have Lee, and this is how you can get to this sweep from closed guard. So I'm gonna have Levi get into my guard. So we start off in closed guard. I'm gonna get a double sleeve grip right here. Then Levi's gonna go ahead and stand up in my guard. Oop, I stay attached to him. I get this underhook right here. I drop my hip down. I take my foot and I push him away. So that allows the opportunity for this leg to come through and hook. And as you can see, my knee is on the back side of his leg. Then I'm gonna gather this other hook behind his knee, pull him in, roll him over. So the first variation is we're gonna go to side control. And this is kind of an important detail that I left out last time because I just didn't remember. So once we get ready to go over into this side control, I'm gonna establish my underhook, and then I'm gonna actually unhook this leg. You see how I keep this hook trapped here? And I sit my butt down to the mat. That allows me a moment of control as I transition. And then I simply go right over into side control. So you can see the hip movement that I'm doing. I have this hook right here. My hip is sitting on the ground. Whenever I get ready to go to side control, I let my hook go. And you can see the movement my leg makes. Boom. That's the X sweep from closed guard. And that's the actual Jean Jacques move that I started out with, but we just made it no gi last time. So one more time, and we're gonna go to the knee bar this time. So I'm gonna get my sleeve grip. He's gonna stand up in my closed guard. I'm gonna stay attached to him. This is my left hand right here. I'm gonna underhook under his leg, drop my hips. This is my right foot. I push his thigh to spread him out. That allows me the space and opportunity to feed this left hook into his hip right here. I place my knee behind his thigh, get my other hook in, and I'm like a spring. I bring him in and roll him over. Boom. And I've noticed over the last couple of times I just did this sweep, I'm also using this hook to kind of help manipulate my body into the position that I need to get to. So once we get to here for the knee bar, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. I'm coming over, falling to the side. Oop. And I put this is my left leg now that goes to his butt. I got the knee bar right here. And so that's the knee bar variation. So I just wanted to show you a couple more details about this knee bar that we had just went over a minute ago. So I'm going to start from the beginning. He's going to start off in my guard. I'm going to get my 2-on-1 sleeve grip. He's going to stand up. I'm going to get my underhook, drop my hips, push his leg out, make my hip hook. Then I make my knee hook. I get oriented however I need to. Pull him in, roll over. Sorry, sir. Now, whenever I get ready to go to this knee bar, I'm dropping, this is my left knee right here, and you can see I still have this arm underhooked on this leg, and I'm keeping my chest and everything down low, and I'm starting to hug this tighter as I start going through this movement. The next step is I need to take my right leg and I trace it across his hip as I start transitioning to the knee bar, and I'm still hugging this tight. I slide this across, you can see my foot is in his hip, and I'm starting to get oriented in the knee bar position right here. The next step is this is my left leg right here. I come over into his butt, and I pull my heel in. Now, just like I'm unraveling some ribbon, I slide my arm up. Now, by now, this knee bar is probably starting to get pretty tight. I'm gonna pinch my knees together, push my hips, there it is right there. And that's how you really tighten up that knee bar there in the end. And I hope you really enjoyed all these details.
back, I want to know how to be able
I
to make
actually
it that
like that idea too
effortless.
because I would love to be able to not hurt somebody whenever I
Yeah, you
flip
don't
them
want to
over.
like drop them on their neck or something
Exactly.
like that. Okay.
And that might
Yeah,
be something
come
that
over here.
could be good to add to the video to show how to clean that sweep up.
I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can, but to explain it as best as I can, I guess I would have to say it's like a feeling, right? That I've probably gained through experience. So I'm still going to try to explain it, but we'll just go through it. So go ahead and stand up. I keep my connection here. I feed this. Now when I come, I let my hips drop. Get you pushed, spread out. I feed my hips. So whenever I get to this point right here, I'm getting ready to do my sweep. I know that I need to get under you a little bit more. So I'm gonna kind of pull myself in and tighten this up, okay?
Okay.
Then the next thing is I'm gonna help to guide your body over your shoulder. Remember how we were doing those front rolls earlier? So I'm basically needing you to do a front roll, and in order for you to do a front roll, I need your arm to come over here.
And expose all this.
And I pull you in. You see how that,
Yeah.
see how that rolls you right over?
Yeah.
Go. Let me fix this so I can actually track with it.
Okay,
But I think it's what you're doing with your feet would be really helpful.
okay.
So I need to be getting myself under. You had brought my foot all the way up to like your neck and your trap, and then stuff. And
Let's step over about 3 steps this way,
Okay.
and then try again.
Is this still on the same clip? Or a different clip? Just curious.
I started when we came over here.
Okay, all right. All right, so once again, so you're curious about how I'm pulling you in with my feet? So I could probably show you that how the person, so I got my hip hook right here, I got my knee hook right here, got the sleeve grip, right? And I'm just punching that across just like I just showed you guys. And at the same time, I'm pulling in like this to collapse the legs back. If that makes sense. Does that answer your question?
are you doing anything with your hips? Like, are you like pulling and turning your hips, or are you just relying on that arm pull?
So I am pulling this in, kind of rolling over, trying to roll over my shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're here, go ahead and stand up. I get this. Boom, I get myself kind of situated here. Spreading this out. Get my hip hook, get my knee hook. Get myself scooted in, right? Now here, I'm gonna punch this across, and I'm lifting you off the floor. And then your momentum is what causes me to roll.
Okay.